I feel like it's 2015 YouTube, like all over again. I feel like I'm living out my 8th grade dreams of sitting in front of a white wall and talking to a camera for YouTube. My name is Julianna Joy, and I asked you guys to ask me questions because I don't talk about myself a lot. It's not that I don't have the urge to. I do. Like, I want to talk. I just don't think anybody wants to know anything about me. And also, I feel like I'm pretty closed off from posting about myself on the internet. Not for any particular reason. I just, like, don't know what you guys want to know about me. And I remember when I was deep in my fangirl days, I wanted to know so much. I have 15 questions about myself that I meant to answer. Like 90% of them are about music, but I thought I would answer other questions as well. The first question was not asked, but if you were curious, I'm drinking a iced dirty chai latte with oat milk from Pete's. Over Valentine's Day, they had this like really amazing strawberry latte, and they no longer have it. It like actually like changed me. I think about it daily. Pete's, if you're seeing this, hook a girl up, for real. First question, where am I from? I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I moved to LA in February of 2020. I had just turned 18, and I've been here for 5 years now. I lived in Chicago for 9 years of my life, and then I lived in Indiana for 9 years of my life. I was born in Indianapolis, and I lived in Noblesville, Indiana for the first 9 years of my life. And it was like rural Indiana at the time. Now it's like, what's so crazy is it's like this music city. So I feel like even if I hadn't moved to Chicago, which is also a major music city, by the way, I would have ended up here no matter what. Question number 2. How old am I? I don't know why I'm acting like this is a hard question to answer. I'm 23. My birthday is January 18th, 2002. And to follow up with that, what is my big 3? Because this is very concerning to a lot of people, and I want you to have this information. I don't know, I posted my entire chart before, but I don't have it up anymore. I feel like you can get a pretty good read on me from my music, but if you really want my chart, I'll give it to you. I'm a Capricorn sun, a Pisces moon, and a Gemini rising. I don't know exactly like what age your rising sign stops like mattering. The idea behind a rising sign is that you grow out of it. I don't know if I've grown out of being a Gemini though. So, you know, scary information to reveal. How many cats do I have and what are their names? I have 2 cats. One of them's actually in here, so I will harass him, but the other one's asleep in the other room. So I have 2 cats. Their names are Leia and Kona. Kona I have had since he was 6 months old. He is 6 years old now, and Leia is 5 years old, and I've had her since she was 12 weeks old. Leia is laying somewhere in the other room, and I don't want to go disturb her, but I'll disturb Kona because he's right in front of me. Kona is not very happy with this disturbance. You want to say hi to the camera? No, he is not interested at all. Kona talks with me a lot. He's a very talkative man, and we argue. That's like the thing I've learned the most about being a cat mom is, yes, they don't speak English, but they will tell you what they don't like. Will you look that way? Will you look that way? Oh, thank you. Show your big cute face to the camera. Okay, I'll let you go. Or not. He might just want to sit here now. He might pretend he doesn't like me, but he does. What is my favorite thing about songwriting? My favorite thing about songwriting is actually being able to like figure out how I feel about something. I feel like I'm pretty in tune with my emotions, and I like kind of know what I'm going through most of the time. I'm so self-aware, I feel like sometimes my therapist doesn't know what to say to me. But I feel like songwriting is the process in which I give myself the answers to what I'm feeling. Like if I'm feeling a little off, I'll just sit down and I'll try to write something, and normally I'll figure out what that is. And I also think what makes it so special is like especially like with being an artist, is I get to decide what story I tell and what songs I release and what I want people to know. But it's also just like such a sacred process to myself and like my own emotions. But also there are hundreds and hundreds of songs that I write for myself that have absolutely nothing to do with my artist project and what I choose to release. And it kind of functions as like a diary entry to me. I do keep diaries and I keep journals and things like that, but they are not as intimate or as detailed, I feel like, as my actual songwriting is. I just noticed that this was off kilter. It's great. What music artists inspire me? It's like, I would say number 1, Taylor Swift. I was a huge Swiftie growing up. I still am. She was the reason I wanted to become an artist and become a songwriter in the first place. And she really showed me time and time again, I've been to every tour since Speak Now, what exactly a live performance should look like and what live music can feel like. I think she's probably one of the best performers I have ever seen in my entire life. She really puts on a show, and I find that to be super inspiring as somebody who feels like my dream as an artist is to have my music be the reason I get to travel the world. And I want to feel connected to the earth in such a way. And I feel like music is one of the only ways that I can do that. And there's just this feeling of confidence. It's like this sobering confidence that I get when I'm standing on a stage. And the stronger it gets, bigger the crowd. That feeling I chase all the time. When I go to shows, especially big shows, where I feel the impact an artist has had, every single person in that room, I chase that feeling too. I felt that way at every Taylor Swift show I've ever been to. I have seen Harry Styles twice, and I can say that both times I felt that way in the room. I would say in terms of songwriting and artistry, I think Lorde is my number one for that one. I think her visuals are so interesting. Her songwriting is so spectacular. And when I was really starting to get seriously into the music industry, melodrama was something that I used as a reference for everything that I did. I do not think that I would be the artist I am today without the impact of Greenlight. I'm so serious. And then I think just in terms of creative direction and production and powerful visuals, I think Charli XCX has always been up there for me on that front. Charli might actually be the artist I've seen the most amount of times next to Taylor Swift. I've seen her live, and every single time she has put on a show. I saw her open twice at the Reputation tour. I saw her open for Halsey, and I saw her on her own headline tour back in 2019. I saw her at the House of Blues in Chicago. Ally X was her opener, and Dorian Electra was the other opener, and I was in a huge Dorian Electra phase, so that was a very emotional night for me. But I think Charli is someone who is so consistent with her visuals with each record that she puts out, and Brat being so sensational and reading the manifesto that she created for that project, it made me feel really confident in actually my own approach to artistry and how she thinks about it and how she views it. When did I start songwriting? I started songwriting when I was 11 years old. I have the notebook somewhere. I don't really know exactly where it is, but I actually kept the notebook that I found the first songs that I was writing in at my parents' house before they moved. It's this little pink notebook, and I was writing songs in it for a band that I had in 5th grade called Girls Rock. That band was so serious. What do I do outside of music? Well, right now my daytime job, besides being a mom to this bitch, is I nanny. I nanny part-time, and I also work as the part-time back office manager for my mom. My mom owns a yarn shop in Seal Beach, California, and I work as her back office assistant for that. And then, I don't know, I don't do many hobbies. Well, that's not true. I do hobbies, but I do a lot of grandma hobbies. I'm really trying to get back into reading right now. Right now I'm reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, which I gave up originally 40 pages in because I was this is so boring. But I'm rereading it now, and I'm reading all my old annotations, and I'm wow, I really was just not getting the book at the time. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I scrapbook. I am a huge cinephile, so I watch tons of movies and watch tons of TV. My favorite show in the world is Family Guy, but I'm also watching Severance right now, and it's sneaking its way up to being in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. I work out a lot. I go to the gym usually about 5 to 6 times a week. I don't know. I do crosswords and Sudoku and word searches. I'm really in my grandma game right now. There's something very tranquil in grandma activities that I feel a lot of young people dismiss, but I don't spend a lot of time on my phone anymore. I don't like being on my phone. I don't like being on social media. So I've reverted to filling my days with things that don't involve my phone. I'm actually a much happier person because of it. As someone with synesthesia, how do visuals, colors, senses affect what music you release? It's a really good question. I don't talk about my synesthesia that much because I feel a lot of artists have synesthesia, and I don't feel unique in that way. If that makes sense. But it actually does play a factor in what comes out and what doesn't. When I'm thinking of a visual project, I think sonically there's like specific things that alter colors and sounds in my head to be a specific visual and imagery in my head. And when I'm compiling a record and I'm planning out a record, like right now I'm in the middle of a release cycle for a record that's gonna come out in the summer. I'm very excited about it. But what actually determined what I released for that record was what color blend I was offering the world with the record. There's like too many songs on it that are red, it doesn't make sense to me, and I won't put it together. If there are too many songs on it that are yellow or teal up against red songs, then I won't do it. You know what I mean? And so, for example, Gold Star is obviously like a yellow song, partially because of the synths that we used in the song, and then also the way that the bass guitar is played is like a very, very dark, almost like a marigold yellow. And the mixture of those instruments combined with the melody and the way that we say the words made the song be yellow. But The Year I Lived As You, which is the song that comes out in 2 weeks, mixes often between the colors teal, like almost like an aqua foam, like sea green situation, and like a pink. It's like a warmer pink though, it's not like a cooler tone pink, and it switches in between that in certain parts of the song. There's also some purple too in the verses themselves. And when I was compiling the track list for the next record, almost all of the songs were songs that had that blend of pink, purple, and teal in the composition and the production of the music and the actual songwriting itself. I knew that they would just fit together really well, so that's what I did. And for the next one that I'm currently gathering the tracks for and what I want to work on, there's 2 separate projects that I feel like exist amongst the music I've been working on outside of this record that I'm releasing, and they exist in 2 very different worlds sonically. One is a completely red record, and the other one is this array of like spring tones, like spring pastels. I get asked by my team a lot. They're like, well, why the fuck aren't, song A and song B on the same project? And I'm like, you guys don't get it. I always think in terms of albums. I don't think in terms of singles by any means. What is my dream collaboration as a songwriter? Honestly, I want to be, more than anything, of like actually working with somebody, I want to be a fly on the wall in like 90% of the sessions that I would think of. Like, I think my dream collaboration right now actually would be going into the studio with, I think there's 2 different ones. One, I would want to be in the room with Dan Nigro and Olivia Rodrigo. I really admire Olivia's work. I think that she is one of the best pop songwriters right now, and I think because of her age, people do not give her enough credit. So I would want to go into a session with the 2 of them and see, honestly, like, I don't even need to participate. I just like want to watch her creative process. She's just got so much fucking potential. And then the other collaboration that I would want to do, at least like modern right now, would be Julian Bonetta, Amy Allen, and Sabrina Carpenter. I would want to be in that room so bad. I'm not a stranger to the amazing work of Julian Bonetta or of Amy Allen. The fact that Amy Allen just got Songwriter of the Year this far into her career is like actually just the most insane thing I've ever heard. She is such a dominant pop songwriter that I'm shocked that her recognition is just now coming. But I would love to be in the room with the 3 of them. It takes a lot of genius to write really catchy pop songs like that and write a bunch of songs with the clever songwriting that they do, and I just feel like I could offer something to the table. What's my favorite song that I've ever released? I think my favorite song that I've ever released is probably Unhappy, of what's out right now. I would say that my favorite song that I will ever release until the next project is done is a song called 2 that's coming up on the next record. That's gonna be my favorite song I've ever put out. I just realized that 2 of you asked me the exact same question and I didn't clock it till now. So I'm gonna ask myself my own question, which is, when does my record come out? And I'm gonna say summer, because I don't actually really want to reveal the release date yet. But no, it's coming. It's coming. I'm too cryptic with it. I'm like acting like I'm like Taylor Swift level cryptic with it. I really don't need to be. but I'm gonna be. Favorite artist right now? That's a really good fucking question. Let me look on my playlist right now. I listen to a lot of music. I've been doing monthly playlists of my music, of like what I'm listening to every month since I was in high school. So right now, in March 2025, I would say my favorite artist right now it's this artist named Gumshoes. He's like so mysterious. He makes like really funky indie music that I really appreciate. And he just released a record actually a little bit earlier this year. I think it came out in January. Show album in library. Yeah, when did it come out? Yeah, it like literally came out in January. That's so crazy. And it's a really good record. It's called Bugs Forever, and I very much enjoy it. Favorite song right now? I don't know. That's hard. I think my favorite song right now is probably Disease by Lady Gaga. Mayhem just came out and I really fuck with Mayhem. Like, really fuck with it. And the final question is favorite release of the year so far. And I would say my favorite release of the year so far is Lower by Benjamin Booker. This album is so cryptic and so interesting and so fresh, and I really fuck with it. I think his work is incredible, and the record came out in January, and I'm already like, this is probably one of the best records of the year, for sure. And that's me. This is me. I think I'm pretty cool. I think my music's pretty cool. I've got lots of fun things going on here. If you wanted to look me up and check me out, I'm Julianna Joy on literally every platform. My username is juliannajoy69, which, by the way, was just me copying King Princess. I get a lot of people asking me why I did that username, and I'm just like, because I copied King Princess. Like, that's why I loved her in high school, so that's what I did. It's not because I love to 69, as my YouTube comments like to point out a lot. I don't know why men look at women and think sex, because I look at men and I think, okay. Anyway, you can find everything that you want from me that I can offer you in the video description. And we'll talk soon. You'll see me 2 weeks from now, maybe. I don't know. I have this goal of posting 2 videos a month until the end of the year. Will I do it? Girl, I don't know. I don't know.